All right, good morning, everybody. Get your coffee on this foggy morning, and let me tell you, people, it was foggy on the way in today. Um, I got Wi-Fi from the late 1800s at home, so I'm in here at school, brave the weather to come in and talk with you a little bit this morning. We got quite a lineup of what we need to get done today, so let's go ahead and jump right in head first here. So if you remember yesterday, we had the opportunity to get a cookie, all right? But let me backtrack to the beginning of that activity. I gave you a code, okay? And that code it looked like a bunch of random shapes and sizes and things like that on it. And what you had to do is take some information and decode it, all right? So at the end of that, it told you that you needed to get a cookie out of the box, all right? So if you think about this for a second, that code that meant nothing to begin with actually had some valuable information in it, okay? What was that information? Go and get a cookie, all right? That was the action that what we thought was a meaningless code taught you to do, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take that one step further and relate that to actual DNA, okay, and the purpose of DNA. Now, we know that the overall purpose of DNA is to provide the instructions to make proteins. All of that process is called protein synthesis. So let's break that down for a second. Before Christmas, we took a look at all of the macromolecules, right? Okay, there were lipids, there were proteins, there were nucleic acids, there were lipids and fats, and what we're going to do now is really focus in on the protein aspect of that, all right? So how you make proteins, that is protein synthesis. The word synthesis comes from synthesize, and that means to take some things and build, all right? Now, let me take you way back. We talked about the monomers or the building blocks of proteins, right? Well, the building blocks of proteins, if you remember, are amino acids. And so what we need to do is there's got to be a mechanism, a way to take amino acids that are just floating around in the cell and bond them together in these long chains that we call proteins, so then your body can use those proteins to do about everything, all right? And so protein synthesis simply means the synthesis of a protein, or to make that even simpler, the making of a protein, all right? Now, what we're going to be learning about is how DNA has the instructions to make proteins. But here's the kicker. Proteins are made out in the cytoplasm at the ribosome. The instructions are inside the nucleus. All right. The instruction booklet can't leave the nucleus to go out and tell the ribosome what to do. There has to be some messengers. All right. You have to be able to get the code from point A to point B without moving the code from point A to point B. All right. So you're going to be introduced into a new molecule called RNA, ribonucleic acid. Now, some of you I know still need to watch the Edpuzzle on RNA, so be sure that you do that first. All right. About half of you still haven't done that, so be sure that that gets done today. Then you are going to be learning about the different types of RNA, and this is going to be all new stuff, all right? There are 3 types of RNA. We have tRNA, which stands for transfer RNA. We have mRNA, which stands for messenger RNA. And then we have rRNA, and that's usually spelled like lowercase r and then capital RNA. So we have tRNA, rRNA, and mRNA. You need to have a really good understanding of what those molecules are, and more importantly, their function. What do they do? So right below this video, you'll see a really big graphic that I put on there. And there are two words that I want you to really focus in on. There's the word transcription and there's the word translation. Transcription and translation, all right? You'll notice that transcription goes from DNA to RNA, all right? And you'll see that translation goes from RNA to the protein, all right? And so we've got these different steps in protein synthesis, and RNA, the three types of RNA, play a key role in how you get a protein from DNA, okay? So transcription, translation, and protein synthesis, that's where we're going to be focusing our attention on today. And today is just an introduction into the three types of RNA. So below that graphic, below that picture, I put a 2-minute video. That 2-minute video is going to explain the function of the three types of RNA, okay? tRNA, mRNA, and rRNA. So what I want you to do is to watch that video, and I want you to get a general overview of those three types of RNA, okay? Right after that, I've got a really short quiz that I want you to take to see how well you are understanding the three types of RNA, okay? So, in summary, today, first thing you need to do is make sure you have the RNA Edpuzzle finished. That's number one, all right? Number two, you need to be sure that you watch the video, okay? And number three, you need to be sure that you take the types of RNA quiz, all right? After that, you're all finished for today and you can move on to your next class. And I do hope that you enjoy your day. Email me if you have any questions.